I grew up in the download era. In the late 90s, the early 2000s. If any part of you was queer, nobody knew. It was just your secret. People speculated, but they didn't know. You didn't show up wearing your queerness as a part of your identity. Like today, society, people present themselves as queer or gay or trans or bisexual first before you know anything else about them. And my mind still operates like that today. So even in like the corporate space or in my life as an adult, it's always been very uncomfortable for me to talk about. It never was a thing I thought I should bring to the boardroom or I should bring into the conference space. I never led with being a gay businessman. I've always been a businessman who happens to be gay. I've always been a person who works in corporate that happens to be gay, not a gay man who works in corporate. Does that make sense? And I'm really talking about this because I think about when I was in high school. And I've shared with you guys that one of the reasons why I dropped out of high school when I was young is because I was queer. And truth be told, which I hate to say it, I got caught in a very inconspicuous situation in which some very queer things was happening. And somebody went and told, and that person told, and before I knew it, the entire school knew about my orientation. And the rumor was so big. I remember my sister calling me and she was like, "Is this true? Because everybody's talking about this." And I made the decision that day that I wouldn't go back. There wasn't the representation that we see today. There wasn't a TikTok. There wasn't a social media. There were not people who looked like me, comfortable black men who talked about being gay or queer or bisexual or whatever the case may be. All I knew was if you're gay, you're an abomination to God and you're an embarrassment to your family and you've been defiled, you have some type of sickness. And so I was so ashamed. I was so ashamed to show up in my life. And that one decision made me decide to never be publicly queer. Like never will I show up in my life as a queer man. It wasn't until I hit 30, y'all, where I remember, in particular, 33 years old. 33 was the year that I was like, I want to be 33 and free. And I remember talking to my best friend and other people, and I was just like, y'all, I can't keep suppressing this. By this point, I had already been very successful. I had made all